Hey everybody, David and David here from payitforward.com and upphone.com. We're joined today by Johnny Bailey. He is the founder of Scheinhardt Family and the CEO of Bailey Media Group.
And today we're going to talk about some iPhone tips for dads to help dads stay focused and present. Johnny, thanks so much for being with us today.
David, thanks for having me.
You're a CEO, you work with clients, and you're also a father. What are some of the main challenges that you face when it comes to using your iPhone?
Putting it down. I find that I wake up in the morning and I'm doing all the wrong things, checking Instagram, reading text messages. Ultimately, it can become a distraction. I know that it's a great tool and helps me manage my business and automate a ton of systems, but I really would want to just put my phone down more, be present. I'm a dad, so spend time with family is something that's very important to me, and it can get in the way.
So that's a really good segue into this video, and there's two main things we want to talk about. We want to talk about how to limit the amount of time that we're using our phone and how to make the most of the time that we're using it by automating what we can and empowering other people. So the first tip you provided a great segue to, which is Do Not Disturb. And Do Not Disturb is one of those features where you can actually set it for 1 hour or until this evening. Have you used the Do Not Disturb feature before?
Yeah, I have. I love the little moon symbol. I just tap it usually when I'm about to go to bed.
You know, if you press and hold on the moon symbol, you'll get a little pop-up that says Do Not Disturb for 1 hour or until this evening, which can be very helpful if I have a meeting. I'll just turn it on for just 1 hour.
Yep.
Nice.
Taking this to the next level, I wanted to mention the Shortcuts app, which is available to download in the App Store if you don't already have it on your phone. And that can automate all sorts of things. So one of them is called Silence During Meeting. And so what you can do is have it automatically turn on Do Not Disturb for all of your calendar events on a specific calendar. So you might pick your work calendar and then it'll turn on Do Not Disturb at the beginning of the events and mute your phone. And then at the end of the event, it brings the volume back up to where it was before and turns off Do Not Disturb, which can be very helpful just to prevent unwanted distractions. One of the things that I like.
Oh, that's dope.
So before we go into our next tip, you want to just tell us a little bit about your companies and the work you do and how people can learn more?
Sure. So I am a man who wears four hats. One, I'm the founder of the Scheinhardt Family, where our mission is to close the racial wealth gap. So we're providing best practices for Black millennials to discover the wealth that they already possess. Two, I'm the CEO of Bailey Media Group, where I'm more so independent contracting as a digital coach, a public speaker, and a micro influencer. Really mission to accelerate the Black economy with that work. And the third hat is I'm a digital coach for Google. So we're providing free trainings and workshops for Black and Latinx small business owners to help bridge the digital divide. And the fourth hat is I'm a dad, husband, father, family man, whatever you want to call it. But, running a household and trying to be the man of the house.
That's a lot of hats, and that's amazing. We're going to drop some links in the description section of this video to your organizations and also where people can donate to your organization if they want to support the cause.
Yeah, man. I would appreciate that.
There's a great book that I'm sure that you've read called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and he talks a lot about batching. Batching is just putting off time-intensive tasks for specific amounts of time, like we don't wash our clothes every single day. We wait until we have a pile of dirty laundry. So a lot of times I find myself checking email all the time, whereas it can be more helpful for me to schedule 2 times throughout the day to check my email, for instance, 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. So one of the things I like to do is set alarms, and not just for waking up, but you can say, I want to set an alarm for check email, for instance, that goes off just on weekdays, every weekday at 2 p.m. and at 8 a.m. Because sometimes I miss the notifications. I have things going on and I miss a notification, but the only thing I really can't miss is an alarm. So I like to make the most of the built-in alarms app, which is just part of the clock app. One of the other things that I like to turn on is Vibrate on silent, because even when my phone is vibrating, it's very distracting for me sometimes. I don't know about you. Do you have Vibrate on silent on, or do you just let it vibrate? And is that not distracting?
Oh, I'm not vibrating at all. I'm 100% silent.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and
when I came here today, I got a call on my phone from a potential spam caller. So my Apple Watch started buzzing with phone call.
Right.
Mac notification showed up and my phone were all vibrating or alerting me at the same time, and it just like totally ruined my train of thought.
I do like that some of the cell phone networks are now saying scam likely when you're getting these weird phishing scam calls. So that's saved me time on even answering those when I almost get tricked.
One other thing we wanted to talk about was home screen organization. I think it can get kind of overwhelming when you look at the home screen. You just got dozens and dozens of apps. They're not organized in any way. What are some of the ways that you've organized your home screen that have helped you stay more focused?
For me, I've used folders and categorizing my apps by buckets, topic, themes. If I want to look at my finance apps, I will go straight to the finance folder. I can look at my banking, my Robinhood, my investments, whatever, and I can stay there. And then I can log out, close my phone out, and go back to what I was doing. So that is really helpful to help me stay focused and more efficient when I'm browsing in my app and not getting trapped, going down a rabbit hole because my Instagram or my social media folder has 60 notifications that I just have to go look at. I kind of just bypass that, go to what I wanted to see, and stay effective that way.
That is a really great point, and it never occurred to me before how important it is to sort of organize the home screens on our phones. Because a friend of mine says messy bed, messy head. Okay. Like, I don't know how that applies to home screens. It's kind of like they can be cluttered. Mm-hmm. And if I can declutter my home screen, then I can know where the apps are that I want to find, and I'm not going to get as distracted.
It saves a ton of time. You know where everything is. You can get in and get out efficiently.
And another new feature that you can do is if you press and hold on an app, you now have the option whether you want to delete it completely or send it to the app library, which is all the way on the right side.
Yeah.
If you just keep swiping from right to left, eventually you get there. So there are a lot of apps on my phone that I really don't need to have on the home screen. I can just open them with Siri if I want to.
Yeah, my goal is to keep all of my apps to 2 pages. So I delete apps frequently, 1, to manage storage space, 2, to really just consolidate and keep everything really nice and clean. If I have 3 or 4 pages and I'm running low on storage space, I know it's time for me to purge.
That is like the Johnny Bailey 2-page challenge. Like, get your home screen down to 2 pages. I like it. The last thing I wanted to talk about was notes and what widgets can do for us. So widgets are a new feature in iOS 14 where you can take out these sort of mini apps and stick them right on your home screen. Do you share notes with your family at all?
Absolutely. Every time we take a trip, we're sharing notes. Every time we set our annual goals, we're sharing notes, and you can share it right through your text messages. So it's very similar to like a Google Drive or a cloud sharing software that you can create the document and then you can share it with your contacts. And so I share it with my wife, and she can go in and edit in real time, and it's just really effective and efficient rather than having to download it and share via email.
Absolutely. And so iOS 14 takes it to the next level with the shared notes, where you can create a widget on your home screen that is actually that shared note. So you can see the first couple of lines of this note that you're sharing, updating in real time. And maybe you wanted to have a home screen that's just for widgets, for the weather widget, and for a couple of your shared notes with the family. So it's just one tap and you're right where you need to be.
Dope. I'll have to check that out.
Those are some iPhone tips for dads and how to stay focused and not get totally distracted by your iPhone. We want to thank Johnny Bailey for joining us today. You can check him out on Instagram, @1JohnnyBailey. Links to some of his other work is in the description section of this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below with any other questions, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more great iPhone tips.
Thanks again for being with us, Johnny. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Thanks for the tips, too.